there guys, Aaron Charner here for Forever Football DRFC, your Doncaster Rovers fan channel. It's a DRFC Daily Reports today. We've got a lot of things to go through, so much stories over the past couple of days, 4 big stories about pre-season, transfers, Gavin Baldwin's released a statement to the Free Press. It's all gone down these past couple of days, so we're going to share them in this video. So, before we get started guys, please like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell so you don't miss another video, and let's get straight into this one. So, let's start with our first story about pre-season plans. So Richie Wellens is determined to put the foundations for a highly energetic Doncaster Rovers side from day one of pre-season. The Rovers squad reported back for testing before the weekend, with training set to commence from Monday, of course. Wellens wants his team to be able to press high throughout matches, and says the ability to do that will be forged in the coming weeks before the start of the new campaign. He's told the Free Press from day one it'll be a motivated group that are hard-working and will react in the right way. If teams want to play football against us, we want to play against those teams, but we also want to get a point where we can outrun and outwork teams. Press the ball high up the pitch, but sustain it for long periods, not just doing it for a while and blowing up in the last 30 minutes. If you're going to do that for 90 minutes every single week, this is where the foundations are put in pre-season. If we want to do it from day one, the group have become a lot fitter and will be able to sustain that. So there's back 4 in place. Wellens will look to focus on defensive transitions in the early days of pre-season, and he says standards will be very high from the start. He said what we'll be working on in the first 9 or 10 days of pre-season will be all turnovers, transitions and reactions in our play. The fact we've got our back 4 and a decent core of players already, those standards will be set from day one. Once we set the standards, any incoming player will see that they've been set from the very first day of pre-season. I think it's so vital. If clubs get in wrong in pre-season, it can look like a bit of a circus with 4 or 5 trialists coming in this week and then some more next week, and you've only got a small core of players to take forward. It can become a bit bitty. I like the fact we're going to have a really good group from the first day of pre-season with a strong core of players and not one lone player yet. Of course, we begin our pre-season programme of friendlies on July 10th at Rosington, Maine, after which the group will be heading away on a training camp in Scotland where the focus will be team spirit. Wellens said that won't be a lot of hard work because we've played on Saturday and we'll have the game against Spennymoor on the way back down on Tuesday. It's more about getting to know each other. We'll do a bit of socialising. It's a new group, so we'll get to know each other and get that camaraderie and spirit going from very early on, and that can take you a long way. So as well as Rosington and Spennymoor friendlies, Rovers will visit Bradford City before hosting a pair of home matches, one against Premier League opposition. The final friendly will see them visit a League 2 side on the Sunday before the start of the season. So that's pretty much confirmed our other 3 pre-season friendlies. 2 home matches and an away match. The away match against the League 2 team, and one of the home matches will be against a Premier League team. So that's our pre-season plans and what they want to do with the squad. It's very, very encouraging, very, very exciting, and I'm a big fan of all this. I really am a big fan of this. I think Wellens wants to get the group off from the off, really wants to get them kick-started straight away, and I like that with Wellens. I like that he wants to set a very high standard in pre-season straight away. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm hoping I'll keep my toes crossed as well, we'll be at the Rosington Main match on July 10th. So fingers crossed I'll be able to see the team for the first match of pre-season. I don't think I'll be there for Spennymoor. Obviously won't be there on Bradford. In terms of the other 3, the League 2 visit away, I'm not too sure on that, to be honest. The pair of home matches, again, that's a bit of a questionable mark, even against the Premier League opposition, which would be nice. It would be nice to go and visit the Premier League match, but, you know, it should be interesting with that one. But I'll definitely be at the Rosington Main match. I'll be at least one pre-season match this season, fingers crossed. So stay tuned for more on that. But let's go into our next story now, which is on his plans for the number 9 role and whether a new signing will be made. So Wellens intends to give Okenabiri and Bogle the chance to impress in pre-season before deciding whether he needs to sign a new striker or not. So the Rovers boss admits he faces a balancing act with his playing budget and wants to avoid over-investing in a particular position while he remains short in another area. Well, Wellens set to favour a 4-3-3 system. His focus is on adding to the wide attacking areas with John Taylor as his only current option. Of course, Okenabiri can play on the wings as well. But he says it will be down to the efforts of his 2 existing strikers to determine whether he needs additional reinforcements up front. He said we've got certain finances that are took up in attacking areas. We do need a left-sided player who can attack and score goals. We're talking to 1 or 2. In the next few days, we'll get an answer from them. At the moment, I can't go out and get a number 9 because I want to see what Okenabiri and Bogle can can do. It's no good me going out and getting a number 9 and not doing the budget on that. I want a left-sided player. I want a holding midfield to come in as well who could dominate and can break the game up. If I can bring in number 9 and Bogle and Okubiri and firing in pre-season and can take us where we want to go, I've got someone new I've wasted my budget on, and I don't have room for a left winger. It's about putting the jigsaw piece together. We're going in the right direction. So first of all, before we go on about the goalkeeper situation as well, that situation first of all. Now, I know fans aren't big on Bogle. I know some fans aren't big on Omar Bogle right now, and I get that. The last few months haven't been fantastic. But I am doing what many people will do and what some people will do. I'm going to give Bogle this season. I'm giving him this chance, and I think other fans should be doing that as well. And I'm not gonna completely go all out there and attack fans and say don't do this and don't do that. You're entitled to your own opinions. You have your right to your opinions. But me personally, and I know other people are the same, I'm giving Bogle this season under this new manager, under this new era, under this new direction. I'm giving him this season. I'm giving him this opportunity, as is Richie Wellens. Okubiri I'm not as afraid of because I know that he's our top scorer from last season, so I know that he'll get firing eventually. It's Omar Bogle that's the focus for me because I know that he's been the target of many threats from fans. He's been the target of much abuse from the fans just because he hasn't scored a lot of goals. I don't feel that's right in the first place. But Omar Bogle, to me, give him that time. Give him that time to really settle in the new era. Give him that time to learn under Wellens and Hunt. Don't not believe in him before a ball's even been kicked in pre-season, let alone the league season. And I know he's not had the best scoring record with previous clubs over the last few years. I know that his best season was Grimsby, when he was playing for Grimsby a few years back. But give him a chance. Give Bogle an opportunity because I'm doing it, I know other fans are doing it, and I encourage the rest of you to do it. I know you have your opinions on Bogle, you're entitled to your opinions, but give him a chance. I beg you, please, fan base, give him a chance. So I like what Wellens is doing here. I like that he's focusing on areas that need improvement and need extra depth, rather than waste money on a place that might not even need fixing because the two strikers could be enough under this new era. So and if we're going to bring in a striker, it will be a lone player. It will probably be a lone player for extra depth. So I'm excited with what's happening here, and I want to give Bogle an opportunity, and I know other people want to give him an opportunity. So let's talk about next the goalkeeping situation. Now, Wellens is hopeful of agreeing a deal imminently to bring in a goalkeeper on loan to Doncaster Rovers. He admits he would prefer to add a keeper on permanent contract to provide competition for Lewis Jones, but he feels he'll be able to secure more quality for the money he has available with a loan move. He said the goalkeeper is a really tricky one. We'd like someone who is permanent and really compete with Lewis and push him all the way. However, when you go into the permanent market for goalkeepers, because there's few and far between, they do start to become expensive. We might need to go into the loan market for a goalkeeper. It's not ideal, but we'll probably get more quality for better value. We'll probably get a lad from the Premier League club who is on an extortionate amount of money, and we'll get him for a fraction of the price. He'll have a lot of ability and he'll push Lewis all the way. The goalkeeper in question is unlikely to join Rovers until the second or third week of pre-season, as his parent club wishes him to spend the early part of their training with them. But Wellens expects Rovers to sign a pre-agreement for the player in the next few days. The academy graduate Jones is expected to push hard for more starts after playing 13 of Rovers' final 18 matches of last season. So that is where we stand on the goalkeeper situation. We've got Lewis Jones, we've got Ben Bottomley, and we're going to bring in a lad probably from the Premier League on loan. And I know people are going to chuck some names out there. Matej Kovar from Man United, Alex Palmer from West Brom, and there's a few names that's going to be out there. But I personally feel like that's the best route to go down. I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, we don't want to be in a situation like last season where, we bring in Bursic, he has to go back to Stoke, we have to put on an emergency loan signing with Lumley every week until January and then bring Balcom in and look at the performances there and this, that and the other. I get that, but don't forget, this is a brand new era. This is a brand new looking forward direction for the club. They're not going to do what they did last time with Darren Moore and just faff about in the transfer market. They're going out and getting the business done. They've got the foundations in. It's all about extra depth now. He has confidence in Lewis Jones. I'm sure he has confidence in Ben Bottomley to step in when needed. And he'll have confidence whoever we bring in. I don't know who we're going to bring in. I mean, I wouldn't mind Kovar. I wouldn't mind Palmer. If there's any other goalkeepers from the Premier League, any young lads from the Premier League that you think would be good at this club, comment down below. But, I mean, for me personally, looking from where I'm standing and looking at the stats, I would probably pick between Matej Kovar and Alex Palmer. Don't forget we were looking at, well, there was reports we were looking at Kovar and Palmer last season. And even, I said to you guys in the video last year, Manu actually came out and said that our club is the best at treating loanees well. So, you know, I wouldn't be against that, to be perfectly honest. I wouldn't be against having Kovar or getting Palmer from West Brom. I wouldn't be against either of those two. They'd be my personal choices. Comment down below who you would like in goal on loan from the Premier League. I don't say Balcom because Brentford's technically Premier League, but a new one. But I don't think we're getting Balcom back. No. I think he's staying at Brentford and earning his place. But comment down below who you want. But me personally, as a fan, I would like either Matej Kovar or I'd like Alex Palmer if it was possible. Final story from today then. I told you there was a lot of stories today. Final story. This is on Gavin Baldwin's statement on Doncaster Rovers' big rebuild, why a return to the club identity will be worth the wait and the intent to make it stick. And this is the very exciting bit about this new era. So, the return of a Doncaster Rovers identity has been a major focus this summer for Chief Executive Gavin Baldwin, as he says the club's hierarchy are willing to wait and see Richie Wellens to forge that once again. Baldwin has spoken of his determination to restore Rovers' reputation for playing entertaining and successful football following the appointment of Wellens last month. He says there has been an acceptance that the club is unlikely to happen overnight, but it's also a determination the identity will remain for years to come. He said in the Free Press statement, it's important that we get our identity back and we play football that entertains and excites the supporters and makes them proud. It to bring players that do may take a couple of years. We'll hope that we'll make significant strides towards that this year and fans will immediately see a new style of football that will excite them but also be winning football. We want to develop a brand of football, but it may take a couple of years. Richie is confident the signings he's bringing in that will take us a long way forwards that. He was doing a wonderful job selling this club to targets while also making sure they're coming here for the right reasons. People who join us will be joining us because they want to play for the club, and that's exactly what we want. That identity is something we're determined to carry forward even if the manager changes. As part of the interviews, we asked the manager to present video evidence of how they like to play football. We call it identity rather than philosophy. Richie did really well with that and be able to look forward from that candidates in the future too. Baldwin said it's hitting home during last season that Rovers had drifted a long way from the identity they created during the incredible rise to an establishment within the Championship more than a decade ago. The view was shared amongst the board, ensuring the drive to bring about a return during the appointment of a new manager. He said, I was used to be genuinely excited to watch us and play and be proud of it. Darren, when he first came in, aka Darren Moore, when he first came in, painted a picture of how the wingers were going to play, etc., and excited me again. But being honest, it perhaps did not happen as described. We want all fans to drive the game really excited about how we play, the number of shots we're going to have, the cross that will go in, the pressing game, the energy, etc. If we lose a game, so be it. It hurts and we might ruin our weekends, but we've been entertained and we now know more often than not that we will. Well, we will win. We'll prefer that, and that is where we're quite strong in recruitment of the manager, rather than getting a manager with a track record and a high win percentage that plays long ball football, and it's not great to watch. We believe we can get the same results and make it exciting. It just may take some time to get there. And you know what? That statement from Baldwin and the board, I like that. I absolutely love that. I adore that statement, because what he's doing is, he's not giving fans, you know, a very high expectation. What he's doing is he's set a decent expectation, a realistic expectation for the next few years, and hoping the squad overachieves what they're expected to do in this first year. I like that. They have a plan going forward, they have an identity going forward, they're reconnecting with it, and they're sticking with it. Even if the manager changes in a few years, they're sticking with the identity. So I think this is the start of a brand new era. This is the start of an exciting new era. And I think over the next few years, Rovers fans should be very happy and very excited with what we're going to deliver. Coppinger's excited, the club's excited, Wellens is excited, the players are excited, they want to be here, they want to do well. And I can't wait. I really can't wait as a fan, and I hope you guys can't wait as well. So big up Baldwin for that statement. He shows that he cares about this club. I knew he cared about the club, but he's trying to prove the doubters wrong. And I think some of the doubters, if not most of the doubters, are really turning around now and saying, hang on a minute, I now believe in this process. So I think he's turning the doubter fans into believer fans, and that's what we want. That's what we want to see happen. We want to see the people that doubt the ownership turn back to support the ownership, and it's going well so far. So let's just keep at it. Let's just keep going. So, big stories for this daily report. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And for now, guys, I'm Aaron Chandler from Forever Football, DRFC, keep living the Rovers life, and that, my friends, full-time. Rovers side die. Thank you very much.